Welcome to Feast Week, presented by Lowe's. And welcome back to the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis, our second game of the day. Another gorgeous Thanksgiving afternoon here at Paradise Island in the Bahamas. And for Gonzaga and Indiana, no time to brood over tough losses yesterday. They've got to get right back at it and try and pick up a win. Louisville beat West Virginia in our first game today, so they are in the championship tomorrow with either Oklahoma or Arizona. Hi, everybody, and welcome back courtside. I'm Beth Mowens, along with the Naismith Hall of Famer Debbie Antonelli. Both teams lost yesterday to unranked opponents, now right back to work for guys like Caleb Battle.
Look, different day, two different teams, right? I expect both these ranked teams to show up and play much better. And for Gonzaga, Caleb Battle was almost unguardable going right. He's such a powerful driver. He's physical around the rim. He can finish inside. He's got great toughness on the exterior about his game, and I think he's got some toughness about him on the inside as well.
Scored 16 with 5 rebounds in the loss to West Virginia in overtime yesterday. And how about Malik Renew? He was really the only Hoosier that brought it for a full 40 minutes. And they'll be looking to him and some help today.
Well, I think he can be a punishing force on the inside as well for Indiana. And when they play small and he's at the 5, he is a terrific matchup and tough to deal with. The other interesting thing about this matchup is the two bigs inside, Graham Ike for Gonzaga and Valo for Indiana. Both of those guys played limited minutes last night, Beth, so I'm expecting them both to have big games here today.
There's the 4-year head coach at Indiana, Mike Woodson, the former player for Bob Knight, ranked 14th in the country. And for Mark Few, yesterday in overtime, the first loss of the season for the 3rd-ranked Bulldogs, now in 26 years. Had another summer with USA Basketball and a gold medal in Paris. Whites for the Hoosiers, blues for the Zags. And here is Malik Renew. We'll bring it across midcourt.
I expect to see a much better effort on the defensive end by Gonzaga. They got to do a better job guarding the ball than they guarded it yesterday. And they have to be able to get some stops so they can get out in transition. They weren't able to transition yesterday.
We'd also expect a little more fire from the Hoosiers. On the run, Ike with the catch in transition. As you check out the starting lineups, brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers. And a guy like Ballo is going to have to find Ike a little bit better on the run.
That's what I'm talking about right there, getting out in transition, back-to-back stops, and the floor is going to be tilted early for the Zags.
Wide open, Ajayi from Nembhard, and what may be the first of double-digit assists from Ryan today. One of the top passers in the country.
Zags already looking better on the defensive end. See, the ball stayed on top of the floor the entire possession last two, and this time Battle picks up the foul. And we've got the best assister in the game in Ryan Nembhard, leads the nation in that category, dropping it off for Ajayi. Nembhard doesn't turn the ball over, Beth, only turned it over one time. 7 on the season turnovers. That's amazing.
8-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. He had 12 assists yesterday as Miles Rice laces him up. Miles is looking for a big bounce back. He was just 1 for 11, scored 3 points in the Louisville loss.
Show big on the ball screen in the middle third.
There's Ballo giving it right back outside to Carlisle. Pull up, Battle 3, no. As you check out the Bad Boy Mowers starting lineup for the Bulldogs. And they are scoring layups early. 6-0 and a quick timeout for Indiana.
Buckets, 3 assists for Gonzaga. Nembhard dropping it off. They've been right at the rim, scoring. And this is the pace that Gonzaga did not play with yesterday. Already a much different looking team, right?
The pregame layup line has continued into regulation here. Easy baskets to jump in front, 6-zip. They'll throw some pressure on too.
I like Mark Few speeding up the game right away.
Oh, a lot of high arcing passes and a turnover out of the timeout.
Not the kind of ATO you're expecting.
No. And Indiana looks a little bit too similar to Indiana from yesterday.
It's early. It's just 2-possession game.
Here's Nembhard, defended by Carlisle. Hickman probes baseline, floater is good. 8-0 start. Miles Rice is out of the ballgame and Trey Galloway is checked in.
Well, Galloway is the second point guard. He led the team in assists last year. They got to get Mbako going. He did not get going yesterday either. Early on, going right there to the dribble handoff.
Ajayi up for the rebound. And I think it was an inadvertent whistle. Gonzaga had possession, so they would get the ball. Indiana will put some pressure on, try and change the course of events here early. Ajayi. Rebound, Ballo, the 7-footer from Mali.
See if Ballo can get a touch right here. They haven't been able to get him going on the block yet.
Well, they got Ike away from the basket. There he is, and a foul.
You know, they're hard hedging on those ball screens, and Ike does stretch the ball handler to the midcourt, but then you got to have some help or more pressure on the basketball as it reverses. Ballo wide open, and he is a big target on the inside.
That hedge took him all the way out, almost to midcourt.
Well, he did his job. He's got to get help on the low I or the X out on the backside.
Here's a look at Ballo playing against a team he used to be with. 24 games with the Zags before a stop in Arizona.
We established this yesterday in the game. Ballo, a right-handed free throw shooter at Arizona last year. This year, Calbert Cheney, the director of player development for Indiana, switching him over and helping him shoot free throws with the left. And he makes that one.
Boy, Ike and Mbako really jawing at one another, needing to be separated. And the officials are telling both teams to go to their benches. Couldn't tell something happened.
They're going to look
on the free throw line
right
between the two guys.
We're going to take a look at it over at the monitor. There was no whistle on the play, though. This could be a dead ball contact technical situation here. Let's see.
It's 21-13. Oh boy!
Oh yeah. That's a cheap shot. That's going to be upgraded. They're going to put a whistle on that for sure. Or go to the monitor and they're going to upgrade that.
That was Ike with the box out, and then Mbako appeared to put an elbow on the back of the head.
So the F1 would be excessive, too much unnecessary. That is not a basketball play. Does that upgrade to an F2?
That's what they're considering.
That's contact to the head. Watch number 21. Well, Ike throws an elbow maybe first, and then it's the retaliation. So I think you're going to, they could go double here and have fouls of equal gravity and cancel out.
officiating crew today: Darren George, Eric Lewis, Isaac Barnett. All right, so we've got
Yeah, so that's what it is. 2 F1s cancel because they're of equal gravity. Point of interruption would be Gonzaga's ball on the baseline. They both count as personal fouls. Good job by the officials. I mean, cleaning up right now.
Yep. So Mackenzie Mbaka will stay out there for Indiana. Ike replaced in the Gonzaga lineup by Braden Huff, who had a terrific game yesterday, 19 points in 30 minutes. And
Hey,
Mark
look.
Few going to go talk to Graham and get him in the right frame of mind.
Neither one of these teams were happy yesterday, right? I mean, you got to bring some incredible toughness to be able to get this W here. Neither team wants to be 0-2.
Here's Nemhard. And he's fouled from behind by Carlisle. During that stoppage in play, Kanan really got vocal with his teammates, trying to fire them up and bring a boost to what has been a quiet start for the Hoosiers for the second day in a row.
Well, then you got to deal with Ryan Nemhart. You just can't speed him up. He has incredible command, great understanding. I like to call the 3 W's of a good point guard, Beth. Who to get the ball to, when, and where. Nemhart watches film, not just on himself, but on the personnel of his team, so he knows how to answer those 3 W's.
He had the assist yesterday, did not have the scoring to go with it, was just 1 for 10 in that matchup with Javon Small in West Virginia.
It's already better body language
Yes.
out of Gonzaga than it was yesterday.
Ballo, open, as they throw over the top of the press.
Really good find. Big mistake on the backside of that full court pressure.
Ajay into the lane, and count it! And one opportunity for Gonzaga.
Eyes to the rim against full court pressure. It's a great find right here. See, you see Carlisle pointing. Big miss on the backside of pressure. And then Ajayi with a great take. Physical finish at the rim.
Ajay completes the three-point play. Galloway. Another touch for Ballo. They went to him early in the game yesterday against Louisville, very effective. And he's got a chance for a three-point play. And the little scrum has injected some new life into Indiana.
All 7 foot of them, a huge target. Great hands, good footwork, and a nice soft finish over that left shoulder to get an and one.
First foul on Huff, who is replacing Graham Ike, who picked up 2 quick ones.
And he makes another free throw. The versatility around the rim is solid for Ballo. Much better cadence offensively for Gonzaga.
Hickman rejected by Ballo. Timeout on the floor, 13-6 Gonzaga.
Hickman turns the corner, and look who's waiting.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Bad Boy, power, performance, attitude. by Atlantis Paradise Island. The discovery of a lifetime. The battle for Atlantis field here. The accolades include teams with 9 national championships, 33 Final Fours, and a whole host of conference titles on the resume. We have Louisville into the championship game tomorrow. They beat West Virginia after the Mountaineers took down Gonzaga yesterday, but the accolades for the Bulldogs, the 2 Final Fours, 2 national championship game appearances, and just have owned the West Coast Conference over the years under the direction of Mark Few.
But St. Mary's won it last year, and Randy Bennett has himself another club that will compete for the West Coast Conference Championship against Gonzaga.
This is their last season before moving to the Pac-12 next year, the newly formed league. Galloway to the lane, runs into Huff, and Huff able to knock it out of bounds off of Ballo.
Ballo's been injected with some energy here today as well.
Double fouls called on a free throw. And that was after Gonzaga got out to an 8-0 start, and it's been even ever since Indiana has responded.
This is when you have a dual point guard system. You can get Nembhard off the ball some, bring him back on the second side or second action. You definitely want the ball in his hands in a late clock.
Dusty Stromer is on the floor now, and he's held up by Renew. Got to respect Stromer's 3-ball and jump out on him.
That's right, you got to run him off the 3-point line. We got another review.
There were a couple of Hoosiers there. Are they saying that was a non-shooting foul?
So they call a foul on the floor. You see Coach Woodson yelling at his guys to knock it off. A lot of chatter going on.
And that was on Renew. That is his second. So Malik departs, their leading scorer yesterday. Ballo with a good strip. And then taken away by Carlisle. High off the backboard to lay it in. He's been the leader of this charge with Miles Rice out of the game after a slow start. Luke Goody, the shooter's into the game. Mbako, foul.
You got to get Mbako going. He's been your leading scorer. He's a 59, 53, 93 guy. And when you look at his percentages from his freshman year to his sophomore year, he's plus 19 from 2-point range, plus 20% from 3, and plus 11% at the free throw line. That's off-season improvement.
Hey, the NBA Cup continues tomorrow. Got a Friday night doubleheader for you. Clippers, Timberwolves, and then OKC and the Lakers. It's group play for the Emirates NBA Cup doubleheader on ESPN. Came in averaging 19 a game and had 8 yesterday. Only got 7 shots up, did Mbako.
Well, he's got to get a rebound. He's got to make a play on defense. He's got to do some other things.
Huff after the screen. Tip back out top. Look at a big fella down on the deck. All 7 feet of him. He wants the ball.
He sure does.
He's got the ball. Ballo spins baseline, and the big fella gets rewarded.
He had the seal. He pointed for the reversal. He wanted the basketball.
Huff trying to pull him away from the hoop and drops a 3 on him. go right back to him. Kick out to the shooter. Goody! Got it!
61 made threes last year at Illinois. That's his 5th of the season. If anybody needed to see a first shot go in, it's Luke Goody.
12-3 Hoosier run. Hickman lost it. Leak out for Galloway. It's a foot race. Mbako 3. Got a whistle off the ball and a foul on Goody.
Just good ball movement. Look at Paulo pointing, wanting the basketball. Trey Galloway points, give it inside. After he dove on the floor to save possession. And then Goody with a triple.
Battle on the inbound. Rice with the block. Goody trail 3. And a whistle and a foul on the rebound against the Hoosiers.
That's a great trail 3 to take. In the rhythm for a shooter, you want to see if he can get the hot hand. Rice crashing the weak side glass.
Gonzaga right now trying to counter the run for Indiana to grab the lead. Playing without Graham Ike with the 2 early fouls. Battle, bumped, count it! Back to the right side of the floor, Debbie, that's lethal.
Right hand driver. You gotta make him go the other way. Miles Rice gets over the top of the screen right here, but you gotta have a little more help. If you pinch from the corner, he might pass it, but he's only thinking get to the rim.
And Califf to the free throw line, the transfer from Arkansas. And Gonzaga responds, getting back in front. Langdon Hatton has also checked into the game now for Indiana. Here he is up top. Mbako, the switch, Goody, finds space. And that's going to be a foul on Huff. And now 2 of the bigs have 2 fouls. Huff departs. So it will be Ben Gregg holding down the middle. Bryson Tucker, the 5-star freshman, comes on for Indiana. Hatton, mismatch, and it's cleaned up by Gregg with the swat. Good help. Ajayi, no, not the first time, yes, the second time.
Great sprint to the front of the rim, and he buries Goody in the net.
Hatton spinning and draws a foul.
How about Hatton giving Mike Woodson some really good minutes? He only played 4 minutes yesterday. The Zags with the block into their transition game. Ajayi, the deep bury, and the extra effort at the rim. Zags in a 1-possession game with the lead.
We are at the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis here at Paradise Island in the Bahamas. Louisville a winner in overtime over West Virginia in our first semifinal. They are into the championship. The second semifinal is coming up next. Oklahoma and Arizona. And we got a good one going on right now.
Well, you talk about extra effort and energy. It's exactly what you needed to dial up for the Hoosiers. And who has brought it? Paulo on the backside of D. Look at the hustle for the 7-footer. The big fella hits the floor for a loose basketball. He's running the floor. He's posting strong. He's calling for the basketball. He's blocking shots. He played 30 minutes yesterday, but they were quiet 30.
Yeah. Had 11.6 rebounds. I appreciate our graphics department, Debbie, with the Hoosiers. Little nod to the holiday season. And hope you and yours are enjoying this Thanksgiving weekend.
Somebody's cutting the turkey right now.
We certainly are. Somebody's into the pumpkin pie right now. 21-18 our score. Gonzaga in front of Indiana, both coming off of upset losses yesterday. Indiana's was by 28 points to Louisville. Gonzaga lost to West Virginia in overtime. And here is Langdon Hatton at the line.
Well, Indiana has certainly shown some fight right here. They go down 6-0, give up 3 layups. Mike Woodson calls timeout. We have a little scuffle. You know, this game means something to these guys, both teams.
Ballo leading the way for Indiana with 8. Ajayi with 7, Battle with 5 for the Zags. Greg blocked by Hatton.
Look at the minutes that Hatton is given. Gives Ballo a break.
He's played 16 minutes in 4 games all year. And he's getting some quality time now, showing some emotion.
He's a 6'10" senior, okay? This is the last go-around for a guy like this. He didn't like sitting over there watching what happened yesterday. It's making a difference.
They've already gotten Graham Ike and Braden Huff in early foul trouble.
And both teams in a bonus already.
Yeah. It's going to be a free throw shooting contest here for a bit. Battle to the line.
And Galloway, he's been fantastic here in the first half. He's another senior for Mike Woodson, an Indiana kid.
They needed better guard play this year, right? That's what Mike Woodson talked to us about. We needed some speed. We needed some shooters. We needed some size. They added all of that through the portal.
They were last in the Big Ten last year in three-point attempts, and they were 12th in the league in three-point percentage. So they definitely needed to be able to stretch the floor around their post game.
And these are the kind of games that matter for the selection committee when that comes to tournament time. All these terrific non-conference matchups, especially with ranked opponents. Left-hand drive won't go for Tucker.
Good D by Stromer.
Nemhard back to Greg. Look at the big fella, nimble in the lane. Carlisle back to Hatton, couldn't handle the pass, but he gets fouled.
Going back to the free throw line. Look how quickly this ball screen action happens. Late on the tag, swooping through the lane is Ben Gregg.
The transfer from Bellarmine hits the first.
I gotta believe that he makes this and Ballo comes in the game for him. He's gonna get a standing O from the Indiana crowd. Oh, he's gonna stay in for another possession.
Ballo awaits at the scorer's table. We're not even at the midway point, and there are fouls all over the place on the score sheet, and there's another one. With both sides already into the bonus. Let's see, is that on Ajayi? That will be his first. 17 combined fouls here early. All right, Debbie, Hatton's got another chance at a standing out here.
He's going to get one, I'm telling you. I got a feeling. He only had 6 points on the season coming into the game.
This could get him to 4.
See, there it is. Everybody's on their feet for that kid.
On this day of plenty, Debbie, sometimes it's about the little things that can make a big difference. Nemhard, and now the Gonzaga fans are up.
Look at this crossover.
And that's the second on Kanan Carlisle. He will depart, and Baco's back on.
Just a whole different level of effort.
This is tournament
This
type
is
play right here, the
definitely
intensity.
pound for pound, right? Back and forth.
Didn't come all this way to lose twice.
I mean, this whole weekend and Feast Week has been like this all over the country. That's how good college basketball is. That's what great shape it's in. Despite all the things you talk about with NIL and transfer portal, these kids come out here and compete.
Between the lines. See if they go to Ballo again. They got the switch.
Oh,
nice step through. Galloway to Ballo.
You run your action in the middle third. You got a little get action. Get, go get, right? And then you look inside. Look at the footwork of Galloway to step through the double and deliver it right on the money. Little weight room bucket there by Ballo. That's a big dude, man. He came over here the other day and we were talking to him. What a nice kid, right? He's got great personality. He's got a big smile on his face most of the time. I said, you smile like that in a game? He's like, nope.
Well, that is the third foul on Stromer. So he is out. Already with 2 apiece on EK and Huff. They've only combined for 8 minutes, and now Mark Few's going to get EK back out there.
You know, we asked Mark Few about the 2-foul rule, particularly with EK. And he's going to put him out there with 2 right now. EK has not fouled out of a game this year, and he's gotten better over his career at staying on the floor, avoiding foul trouble.
What a terrific matchup. He and Ballo inside. Battle. Ike got it. Indiana saw a white jersey go flying by Ike, and they all wanted the 3rd foul.
And you can't miss that big white jersey, number 11.
Ballo with the catch over Ajayi.
That's great body control. And then look at the 2 big sprint to the other end.
Tough pass for Ike to handle. Got to be careful. Wide open for Battle. And touches the top.
Hey, Goody had a few words for Battle, and the official's going to clean it up right here. Remember, Goody got a technical yesterday. Battle takes a great look, and then, oh, it's hard to miss number 11 go flying out of bounds.
And then Battle with the bucket.
You try to meet him outside the lane. Ajayi just a tad late on that help. Ballo with great body control.
Feels like the second half. We've only played 11 minutes. This is high octane right now in terms of the energy level in this arena.
Oh, you knew it was going to be like this after the way these 2 played yesterday.
Looking for Mbako as Nemhard chases.
Yesterday for Gonzaga, it was a lot about situations.
Ballo likes going over that left shoulder. Hickman Boy, that's another tough pass to handle. Galloway knocks it loose. Mbako comes out with it. And now Nembhard. Open three, Hickman.
Oh! Yes! What a game.
Galloway, and there goes Ballo.
Galloway trying to meet Ike to try to help Ballo get back and recover. Officials giving him a little bit of a warning there. I like the way the officials have handled this game so far.
Nembhard's got the big guy on him. He'll take him off the bounce. The kick out, Ajayi. Long rebound right back to him. Get in a little bit closer, no. A little bit closer, yes.
This is where the experience of Galloway comes, right? You're going to get a really composed possession right here. Look for Goody on the slip.
Mbako inside. And that's going to be a Goody foul on the reach in. Counter-punching going on with the Hoosiers and the Zags. This beautiful setting in Atlantis on this Thanksgiving Day. Hey, it's the SEC on ABC this Saturday with Rivalry Weekend. As Debbie and I enjoy this Thanksgiving, couple of turkeys.
How come you got the ball?
'Cause I'm a point
I know
guard.
you're not going to pass it.
You're a shooter, allegedly. Hey, here's the lineup on Saturday on ABC. Tennessee, Vandy, Auburn, Alabama. And then that Texas A&M game, the winner of that one plays Georgia in the SEC championship game as we head towards the 12-team playoff. There's some Pilgrims in the house.
Celebrating
Nice.
the holiday. A lot to be thankful for. I'm thankful for you.
You know
most
what?
of the time. Most of the time.
We did have a turkey in the house for the first game. I don't see him anymore. I don't know if the Pilgrims got to him. And that was the end of the turkey. But
That turkey's on the water slide.
this is a season high for Umar Ballo, and he's doing it in the first half. We still got 7 minutes to go. He has come to play today. But right now it is Gonzaga on top, 35-31.
Well, we mentioned it yesterday, Beth. I mean, Ballo got him started yesterday, and then they sort of got away from him. And a lot of that had to do with Louisville's defense. But today, he is owning the paint inside.
Battle hits the free throw. He's got 8. Difference for the Zags, 7 offensive rebounds, resulting in 10 second chance points.
And their activity level has gone up a notch, and it's resulted in more productivity for Mark Few.
DK has done well thus far, playing with the 2 fouls since he's come back into the ball game.
Coach Woodson sticking with Trey Galloway.
Miles Rice just 3 minutes in this first half. Galloway looks for 3. Good box out for Gonzaga, and then the run out for Nembhard. On the go with Battle!
I'd say well executed.
Can they run it again? Nembhard has got a giant battle with him. 3, pull up, nope. Mbako has it taken away. Nembhard, patient, nobody stops ball.
Ballo in drop coverage.
Ike, the pick, the roll, the finish.
All day. Ballo in drop coverage. 8-0 Gonzaga run.
They're up double digits. Pass knocked away. Hickman whistle off the ball. Oh, they called a foul on Tucker.
Well, they've been trying to meet Ike before he gets great position at the front of the rim. So in transition, they chucked him a little bit. They chucked him before. This time they get the foul.
Fifth-year man out of Aurora, Colorado. Second year now at Gonzaga after a stint at Wyoming. He only got 14 minutes yesterday, so he is inspired to play some more today. Braden Huff and Ben Gregg did a terrific job in his stead, getting more minutes.
You're going to need all three guys to contain Ballo today.
They've gotten some steals, they've forced some turnovers, and now they are up a dozen.
Just make the simple play here if you're Miles Rice. That's the play right there, feed and dive.
Mbako, weak side. Just cannot find his range. Battle, full, onto the rim, and Galloway with the block.
Got him on the trail.
He'll take it inside, float one up and around, and Mbako offensive board. No. They'll stay here.
Just a heck of a play by Trey Galloway. The closing speed on that block shot into their transition game. And he was yelling trail the whole way up the floor to Mbako.
Gregg will come on, Hatton will come on. Indiana has missed its last 6 shots and trying to reel Gonzaga back in before the break. Ballo checks out. Stripped away by Nembhard. Good dig down from the guard. Speed, and then finds Huff, short. Braden rebounds. Nembhard, oh, what a pass to find Gregg over the shoulder.
So poised, sees the game so well, and it slows down for him even though he's playing at a fast rate.
6 assists in the first half. And Mbako, oh, they forgot to switch. Here's Huff. Scoreless now in over 4 minutes for Indiana. Battle, leaves it off for Huff. Dribble drive. Carving up Indiana right now.
Battle's 11th assist of the game, of the season, Beth. You know he's a driver to score.
14 straight points for Gonzaga. And the drought for Indiana will stretch to 5 minutes.
The oop and the finish. The pace is way up, up, up.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Lowe's. Lowe's knows home improvement. And by Bad Boy Mowers, built tougher to last longer. You know, the challenge for us at halftime is going to try and find some Farnham flatbread down here. I don't know if we can get that or not.
I don't think so.
Got to be at the Davenport.
Hey, I'm with Coach Crean. The challenge right here is, it's a 16-point, right? I could take it to 25 at the half, or can Indiana bring it back to 8? That's what we're going to find out about both these teams right here, because Indiana needs to dig in right here and get a couple stops.
Cannot let this one get out of reach. And for the Zags, looking to really step on them here. Oh, another pretty no-look. Nembhard, and wide open on the baseline was Greg.
You got to guard the ball before the action. Stop the ball.
This was a one-point game a few moments ago. 19-4 run, however, for Gonzaga after that Ballo bucket. He's got 19 in the first half. Again, Greg wide open. They are losing 6-10.
I'll tell you what, Ryan Nembhard puts so much pressure on your defense because he's attacking and he comes at you in a different change of pace. His eyes are up. He's ready to make the next play.
Got 8 assists already. I'm sorry, got 9 assists already. And Greg has pushed the lead up over 20. And a steal. Nembhard running with Battle. Nope.
That should be a coach's assist, Beth. He should get an assist for making the right play. They missed the shot.
Bryce, that shot won't go. Inochinti with the foul. And Greg hit the deck hard. This is a 21-2 run over the last, well, almost 6 minutes now. Indiana has made just one of their last 11 shots. Meanwhile, Gonzaga has stepped on the gas. Goody at the line.
That's a substitution for defensive mistakes. Coach Woodson's going to use this as a teaching moment right here.
Under 2 to go in the first half. Nembhard conducting, controlling, waiting. He's got the mismatch. Oh, that went off the foot of Ballo. Galloway with Goody. In the trail, Carlisle got it. Boy, they really need some scoring from their guards. They have been quiet through the first 2 games.
1 for 15 yesterday combined from the Indiana backcourt. 2 for 9 today.
Coming up on the final minute. Nembhard back to Greg. Ajay offensive rebound. Battle just finds a little bit of a seam to that right side.
He is so good going right. This is what you call a power finish right here. He just gets a little bit of a sliver of space, and that's all he needs. And then it's high off the glass, and he uses that physicality to finish. That's what you call rim body ball right there, Beth.
13
The rim,
points.
your body, and then the ball.
Well, especially with that body. He's got those wide shoulders. Create space. Carlisle tried to go back-to-back, had it stripped away in a foul. Going to get Battle on that. That'll be the second on Caliph. misses on the first. Nemhard will return. Anthony Leal will come on for Indiana. About a 6-second differential, shot and game clock. And Mark Few wants to set up one last play to see if they can get this back to 20 plus. Big run here late in this first half for the Zags to open it up.
Well, it's what we said at 3.5 under the 4-minute timeout. What we're going to see. Gonzaga has been able to separate. They've increased their lead.
$14 for Battle, 11 for Greg, Ajayi with 9, EK with 8.
That's the
they
kind
have
of
doubled
balance.
them on the glass.
Right. They have 81% of their scoring returning from last year. Coming into this event, they were the #1 adjusted offensive efficiency at 125.7 per 100 possessions. #1 in turnover percentage, just 11% of their possessions. That's according to KenPom. Really good offensive numbers. Second in the nation in assist turnover ratio as a team. Of course, they've got Nemhard on the top of the floor, who leads the nation in assists. He was second coming into yesterday.
Debbie, he's 1 assist away from 10 in the first half.
Gonna go flat ball screen right here. Let's see if he uses it or rejects it. I'd put Ballo in it because he's gonna be in drop coverage.
Who's gonna go? Who's gonna go? Nemhard taken away on the run, and it's taken right back. Battle has some time, loses the handle, and it's out of bounds. And 1.6 for Indiana at midcourt.
Don't you love the ghost and the slip through stuff? I mean, that action is really high level. Because on switching defense, would you expected Indiana to switch on this last possession? It's really hard to guard. It makes the defense hesitate just for a second on whether you are switching or not.
Who's going to inbound?
Throwing this direct feed to Ballo.
Leal.
There it is.
Greg able to tip it out of bounds, so they'll have it underneath here with 1 second to go.
Lob for Ballo. Galloway's going to set the screen.
Leal, and does not get the shot up. A 27-10 run for the Zags to close out the first half. They lead Indiana 57-39. And for the Bulldogs, they shoot 52% in the first half. As we send it back to the studio now with Dallin, Tom, and Sean. Welcome back to ESPN Feast Week, presented by Lowe's, and welcome back to the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis. 57-39, Zags on top as the sun makes its way down to the horizon here at Paradise Island in the Bahamas. Beth Mowens and Debbie Antonelli courtside for the start of the second half. It was a close game until Gonzaga closed out the first half with a 27-10 run.
Well, a lot of that has to do with Battle and his downhill driving ability, his toughness around the rim. And then Ryan Nemhard with complete control of everything that Mark Few wants his team to run. It's a well put together, balanced offensive attack. 57 points in the first half. It's a lot of offense at 53% for the Zags. Indiana shooting 39%. They're going to have to find Ballo and get him going again.
Yep.
19 first half points for the big fella. At 7 foot, he was demonstrative. He wanted the ball.
Look at the difference, Debbie. He's got 8 buckets, the rest of the team 4. They didn't have Malik Renew for much of that first half. He was in foul trouble. He's back out there to start the second half. They got to get on the glass, too. Getting pounded on the boards, and Gonzaga with 17 second chance points.
36-14 points in the paint for the Zags.
Battle flashes up to the top of the key. Misses wide. Here comes Carlisle, he and Rice.
Let's see how connected Indiana can stay here in the second half on both ends of the floor.
This is a big test for them. They got behind yesterday against Louisville and never recovered, never was able to make it close down the stretch. Ended up losing by 28.
That foul goes on Ajayi.
Ballo, offensive foul, got the shoulder down into the chest of Ike, his second.
When you play the game low to high, you keep your balance right there. He's played under control for most of the game. Look how deep he is in the paint. Just need to go over that left shoulder and finish. Ike's got 2 fouls. He's got to be careful. That foul goes the other way to Indiana, against Indiana.
Nemhart, and now Hickman. Ryan with those 9 assists in the first half. And they're going to call a 3-second violation on Gonzaga. Here comes Rice across midcourt. See if they can get Renew going. He was their leading scorer yesterday. Ballo can't get that to fall. Ajayi with the rebound.
Renew got to be careful there. He doesn't want to pick up a quick third.
No. Hickman gets it right back. Cross-court pass picked off by Rice. Streaming towards the rim. May have taken an extra bounce there. And I think we've got some condensation or perspiration on the floor at the other end. They're going to clean that up.
Jump into passing lane on the weak side. Miles Rice making a defensive play. Maybe this will get him going. Great anticipation.
That'll still be Gonzaga ball.
I like that Mike Woodson's team is picking up some full court pressure. You got to speed the game up. You got to pick and choose times to change the rhythm of the game. Gonzaga started out at full court pressure. They wanted to start out the game being aggressive. You got to be able to change the rhythm with your defense.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Nemhart, battle. 3 from the corner, no. Chance for Indiana to chip away. Not on that one from Carlisle. Either side has been effective from three-point range today, both sub 30%. Hickman steps outside, got it for 3.
As long as Ballo is in drop coverage, they're going to keep putting him in ball screen action to affect the space for other guys too.
Renew out of the double team, nice tip pass, and Baco stripped on the drive, gave up the open look from outside. Ike, high off the window.
Indiana's got to guard the ball. They got to stop the ball in transition.
That's going to be Nembhard with the shove. His second.
Gonzaga moving the ball, taking advantage of their great spacing. Hickman with the open shot, and then watch how wide open Ike is. Got to get connected on the defensive end if you're Indiana. Ike picked up his third.
That's his third. And they'll try and go right back into Ballo, and did Ike just pick up his fourth? Yes, he did.
Yes, he had him wrapped up.
So Ike departs, Huff is on. He had 2 fouls in that first half, only 6 minutes. And now he picks up his third, way out away from the basket. And Mark Few is furious.
That is guys. You gotta have more discipline than that on the defensive end.
Huff will stay out there. And Indiana take advantage. Looking for a spark offensively here.
Is that 1-1 already? Are we in the bonus already?
That's 4 fouls just on this trip up the floor.
Scoreboard's got 16 fouls, so one more and we are in the bonus. That would be good for Indiana to get in the bonus. Stop the clock, get some points on the board. At the line.
Ballo is going to get called for the push weak side, and that is his third foul.
Guys got to adjust to the whistle.
You will stay out there. Eight combined fouls already here early on. Nembhard on the drive. Huff has the rebound. Hickman drives baseline.
Beth, constantly putting pressure on you with closeouts. Yep. They are forcing you to close out, and they are looking to attack.
Renew, nice spin. So hard to pressure Gonzaga. They got good ball handlers.
Well, they have 2 point guards on the floor, right? With Hickman, who is capable and used to run the point before Nembhard transferred in.
And that's a foul on Rice. There's a lot of no doubt fouls way away from the basket. We'll take the timeout with the teams. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Lowe's. Lowe's knows home improvement. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. Feast week here in the Bahamas. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Beth Mullins and Debbie Antonelli with you courtside. And there's a look at the Battle for Atlantis crew. Thanks to one and all for being with us and providing you all the pretty pictures and sounds. All right, on this holiday weekend for you. A lot of folks working to provide the coverage. 4 games yesterday, 4 more games today and tomorrow, all part of our Feast Week coverage here from Paradise Island. 2 more games still to come later tonight. We got Oklahoma, Arizona, and Providence Davidson. The winner of that Oklahoma-Arizona game plays Louisville in the championship game tomorrow.
Well, if you're Indiana, you're trying to cut this deficit into half. If you can, get it down to from 21 down to 10 or 11. Make it a 3-possession, 4-possession. Try to put some game pressure on Gonzaga.
Got to win to the next timeout. Keep building on that. Here's Trey Galloway. Renew.
Good D by Greg, building a wall down there.
Galloway with Ballo, pass in traffic, knocked away, and Rice. Foul by Battle.
Miles Rice, an incredible story of resilience and fight. His battle versus cancer a couple of years ago. Last year, he helped Kyle Smith, he was now the head coach at Stanford, who was the coach at Washington State, into the second round of the NCAA tournament. He just hasn't been able to get going, but he had a steal and a layup, and now he's getting to the free throw line, and maybe this will jumpstart his game.
Been in remission since the summer of 2023. Last year was in the NCAA tournament with Washington State. Said he loved the authenticity of Mike Woodson and the coaching staff when he was looking for a new place to land. He feels a need. It's just been a rough couple of days for the guards offensively for Indiana. They got some time to change that. And they turn it over. And Mark Few urging his guys right now, hey, let's get that tempo back up to where we had it in the first half. Let's move it. Nemhard. Carlisle staying right with him. Huff, deep 3. In and out, rebounded by Carlisle. Here comes Miles Rice. The lob for Ballo, nice catch for the big guy. 21 on 9 of 10 shooting. Stromer. Pull up mid-range. Renew's got the rebound. Galloway over the top of Greg, short.
I mean, he turns that corner. He has a 15-footer at the elbow. Just maybe penetrated a little too deep. He can make that 15-footer.
And that is the 4th foul on Braden Huff. And he departs. Ajayi comes back in.
So now Gonzaga's going to play small. They like to play with 2 bigs. That moves Ajayi to the 4 spot. They'll have that matchup, continue to have that matchup with Renew.
Stromer rebounds the miss. Nemhart with the crossover, draws the foul on Goody.
This is where Ryan Nemhart sees the floor so well. He sees the lane. He knows he has a matchup in transition with Goody backpedaling.
Zags are 12 for 12 from the free throw line. How about 173 consecutive wins with a double-digit halftime lead? for Mark Few and the Zags. That's the case today into this second half.
When you're looking at Gonzaga overall as a program, it's hard to pick one number over another that's better or more impressive, right, for Coach Few, but he's got the best win percentage for active coaches right now and 9 consecutive Sweet 16s. When you get to the tournament, it's about big game experience. It's about being able to situational offense, late game situations, and on the defensive end.
They double Ballo, he's got to give it up. Renew. Sweeps it up and in.
And the matchups in the tournament matter.
Oh, yeah. Nembhard fouled as the lead continues to linger around 16, 17 points.
Renew doing a good job of playing off of Ballo. Getting into the paint, using that strong left hand, dominant left hand to finish.
Rice, Renew, Goody, and Ballo now all with 3 fouls for Indiana. Hickman off the window. He's having himself a good second half. He's got 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Ballo.
Nobody moving. Look, Beth, no one's moving
No.
for Indiana. They're just going to let him go one-on-one. Somebody's got to cut. Someone needs to dive. Someone needs to relocate.
Hickman, he's feeling it now, another 3. And now the Zags have the Hoosiers on the ropes. Rice got that one up and in. Nembhard's pass picked off.
That would be a turnover.
Yep.
That doesn't happen much.
Gets it right back.
This is where Nembhard has great feel and command, right? Take a little time. Don't have a transition opportunity. Let's run and execute our stuff.
And we'll stay at this end. 70-51. Gonzaga right now in control here in the second half.
Gonzaga maintaining their cushion as we take a look at Hickman, who's gotten hot right here. He's been fantastic coming off of all the screening action. 1, 2, 3 screens. And he's able to get an open look as he curls off that last screen right there. It's a nice play right late on the hill. Trail the whole way. Nobody helps. Just not connected on the defensive end.
Hickman 5 in the first half, 10 here in the second half. On 6 of 8 shooting, he's got 3 triples. Another balanced attack for the Zags. As they continue, Debbie, to shoot over 50% as a unit. And they're doing it despite Graham Ike and Braden Huff both in foul trouble and limited minutes today. Hickman, that's his first miss from deep.
Well, and that's Mark Few dialing him up because he's got the hot hand, right? We just say 10 for second half points so far. Ballo's got 21 for Indiana.
He's been the lone bright spot offensively.
You got to get some production from the backcourt to balance out his scoring.
Here he comes with the screen. And then the feed from Galloway to leave it up for him.
They set that screen so low, close to the baseline. It's really hard to get help, and it's a nice leave by Galloway.
Ballo now 10 for 12.
It's like zone by Indiana, but they're still in their man. They show a little zone.
and that is the 4th personal foul on Ballo. And that one way out away from the bucket. We got to get Mbako back out there. Their leading scorer coming into the weekend, but McKenzie just 2 for 7 yesterday. He's 1 for 5 today. Greg will track it down in the backcourt. Stromer lost it. Here comes Mbako. Down to 15. Approaching the halfway point. Hey, don't forget the ESPN Event Invitational is underway in Florida. Oh, they had a good one. Overtime win, Wichita State over Minnesota. Florida and Wake Forest going on over on ESPN. Wichita State into the championship.
Officials got a review.
As it stands right now, that's the 4th foul on Miles Rice.
Miles Rice stepping in the lane. Supposed to be, used to be bump the cutter or the roller, right?
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a hip check. To upgrade it to an F1, officials consider excessive, too much, or unnecessary, or avoidable. I mean, the way this game has gone, I wouldn't be surprised if they upgraded it. Looks like they're just going to keep it maybe as a common foul. Stays a common foul.
Stays common. All right. But unfortunately for Indiana, now 2 starters benched with 4 fouls. Still with 9:53 to go.
Well, Indiana's definitely got to change the rhythm of the game, right? They got to up their level. They've got to up their energy. They've got to play a little bit faster, speed the game up, and you can do that in a couple of ways. You got to change the rhythm of the game. You can do it by, a lot of times coaches call timeout. Sometimes it's changing your D. Sometimes it's substitutions. There's a lot of ways you can change the rhythm, but you got to, for Mike Woodson, his club's got to be able to play with more energy.
Now they can't let this snowball into another loss like yesterday's. As Gonzaga makes it 72-55. Renew. Greg right there with him defensively. Carlisle for 3. Ajayi way up for the rebound.
And what Gonzaga is doing from a defensive standpoint is, you know, the game is just shrinking in the paint, right? Because Indiana's offense is solely going to their post play right now. Tough to get an easy one in transition. And their guards struggling to make shots.
And Debbie, they've got a 3rd starter now with 4 fouls. Renew goes out, Hatton comes on. And the climb gets a little steeper. Ajayi will go to the free throw line. Zags are 15 of 16 from the stripe. So Indiana with 3 guys, Gonzaga has 2 players with 4 fouls.
And Ajayi now making that free throw. That's 5 guys in double figures for the Zags.
Ajayi, Hickman, Greg, Battle, and Ike, those 5. Carlisle leaves it off for Hatton, and 1.
Nice roll to the rim by Hatton. He's been a bright spot off the bench for Coach Woodson. Sets a great screen and then rolls to the rim. It's beautifully executed. Indiana could use a little bit more of that. Bucket and 1 free throws.
Mbako, and he was fouled. Ajayi had a hold of the jersey.
It's going to be 2 free throws now.
And that's his 4th foul. .42 fouls called in the game. And now Indiana, of course, has to make these free throws. That's 2 misses in a row. Gets the second. Here comes some pressure. Here's one way they'll try and change it off a make.
If you get 3 stops in a row, you can put maybe some pressure on Gonzaga. They're just running through their stuff and very comfortable in doing so.
Greg. That won't go. Goody has the weak side rebound, so there's 1 stop. Carlisle, Goody in the trail, takes it inside, short. Oh, they missed Ajayi wide open underneath. Hickman will try for 3 instead. And is that going to be number? Nope. I think Ajayi drew that foul. That'll be on Goody. And that's 4 now on Goody. And a lot of double bonus free throws to come.
Ajayi playing much more aggressively here today. 7 points, 3 rebounds in the game against West Virginia. Just looks more active, more comfortable, and more aggressive in the system.
He's trying to work on a double-double here today.
You remember, he's first team West Coast Conference performer, and he led the league in scoring, 2nd in rebounding last year while he was at Pepperdine.
And now he's 1 rebound away from a double-double.
Rescreen on the top, twist action.
Five on the shot clock. Greg, jab step, 3. Ballo getting set to check back in at the next whistle for Indiana. Carlisle couldn't score it off the hostage dribble. Instead, it's Mbako from deep. And Battle's got it.
Mbako better than a 50% three-point shooter coming into this event. I think he's got to seek some shots. He's got to be a little more aggressive. The McDonald's All-American coming out of high school. Mark Few runs such good stuff to get Battle going to his right hand.
We got a timeout while the Rapids River runs. We'll catch our breath for the final 7 minutes. Hey, it's time now for today's Expert Moves, brought to you by Principal.
Early on, the transition game was working for the Zags. They established the tempo of this game by scoring in the transition, setting their full court pressure, and locking down on the defensive end. Indiana hasn't had anything easy, and look at the balanced scoring by Gonzaga, led by Hickman, and his incredible 10 points in the second half. He's knocked down a couple of triples. He's been aggressive on their situational offense, baseline out of bounds.
What a point guard's dream for Ryan
Absolutely.
Nembhard with all those guys to pass to. He's got 11 assists again today, so that's 5 times in 7 games. He's been in double-digit assists. Seven minutes to go. Gonzaga looking to go 1-1 in this tournament. Indiana trying to avoid 0-2 as Ike scores out of the timeout. And the Hoosiers just have not been able to chip away. Back up to a 20-point game.
Is that a triple? That's his, if that's a 3, that's his second of the season.
Nope.
Long 2. There's a nice cut by Tucker. It's hard to press Gonzaga because Nembhard sees the floor so well, and he can do that. You worry about backside scoring if you open up the court to Ryan Nembhard. That's the problem. If you open up the floor, he sees it so well.
Nembhard picking up a rebound as well after he hit his first 3-pointer. He's 1 point shy of a double-double. Ajayi 1 rebound shy. And there is Michael, short corner. And Baco with battle defending.
Remember, Indiana was picked to finish second in the Big Ten. Michigan State looked pretty good last night.
A win over Carolina. Trey Galloway with the pull-up.
See how Michigan does coming up. I'm keeping my eye on them. Ohio State.
Yep. Nembhard.
The other team in the Big Ten, though, really to keep your eye on, Oregon and Wisconsin, both undefeated. Oregon has a 3-point win over Oregon State, a 10-point win over Texas A&M, which is a great win. And they've got Alabama coming up on Saturday. Jackson Shellstead, we were out there last year for Dana Altman's game on the road at Utah. Shellstead's impressive. Got to be a good point guard. You have to have a good point guard in the Big Ten.
Got a whistle, I think a kick ball.
I think he's calling a foul on Hickman. Trip. And then they call him for a trip right there. Not just Oregon, you got to keep your eye on Wisconsin as well, 7-0, undefeated. John Tonje, a transfer, has been fantastic, MVP of the Greenbrier event.
That's Malik Renew scoring inside.
That's why you play in these games, though, Beth, so you can figure stuff out.
Yeah. Still to come, we've got Oklahoma, Arizona, Providence, Davidson. Winner of the Oklahoma-Arizona game will play in the championship against Louisville. Oklahoma, Kobe Ellis, Jeremiah Fierce combined for 46 in the win yesterday. And for Arizona, Anthony Delorso and Caleb Love, both with 20 points plus.
Shot clock didn't start.
Rice right into EK with it. And now Nembhard the other way. The lob and the flush for Caleb Battle.
Mark Few getting telling his guys to sprint back, quit celebrating.
Boy, you heard Nembhard calling that out to try and help out EK. Right hook, right hook. And no chance to stop Bottle there. .25 now for Balo today. Still the only Hoosier in double figures. And Rice commits his 5th foul. Nembhard's 13th assists is a pretty one to battle for the rim rocker. All Zags over the Hoosiers here in the second.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers, legendary for power, performance, and attitude. And by Atlantis Paradise Island, the discovery of a lifetime.
We are here at the Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis. And Louisville, with an overtime win earlier today over West Virginia, is into the championship game. If you haven't seen Chucky Hepburn yet, check him out tomorrow. They'll face the winner of the Oklahoma-Arizona game, which is coming up next on ESPN. Zags over Indiana with 3:19 to go in this one. After both these teams were upset yesterday, Gonzaga's come back strong with the effort today. A lot of fouls, a lot of foul trouble. Miles Rice, just before that last timeout, fouled out.
Gonzaga has only outscored Indiana by 1 point here in the second, but Indiana has not been able to dig into that lead. So Caleb Battle has been fantastic again, back-to-back nights, aggressive.
16-5 yesterday. 16-5 today. Nembhard now has his double-double. Points and assists. So that's 6 guys now in double figures for the Zags. Well balanced all afternoon. EK and Balo continuing to muscle each other inside. EK will try the mid-range, short. Indiana fans encouraging Mbako to shoot it. They need to get him going.
Repost. Had him on a repost.
They're going to just work some clock now. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Big run at the end of the first half to open up what had been a close game. And then Gonzaga has been able to maintain and sustain this lead throughout the second half. Nembhard, scoop, no. Mbako pull up 3, got it. Let's hope that'll carry over for him if you're an Indiana fan. because they are looking right now at back-to-back losses and one more game to go tomorrow.
They certainly have talent. They were picked second in the Big Ten. Ballo anchors everything they do on the inside. They got enough athleticism on the outside. Their guards are going to have to be able to shoot it better, and that was part of their issue last year. Last in the Big Ten in three-point attempts. They got to stay out of foul trouble.
They will play tomorrow against the loser of Providence and Davidson. And Gonzaga will play the winner of that game.
There's a great basket cut, scoring cut, playing off Ballo on the post.
Final minute, Zags fans on their feet. And a big bounce back win for the Bulldogs. Ike. Zags will improve to 6-1. Indiana will fall to 4-2. Another pull-up for Mbako. And that shot clock is off. Today's player of the game is brought to you by Atlantis. Ryan Nembhard, 11 points, 13 assists. Give him 25 dimes in the last 2 games. And a big reason why 6 Bulldogs scored in double figures. Gonzaga beats Indiana 89-73, the final. Hey, we got a couple more games still to go in the battle for Atlantis tonight. Stay with us. First, we're going to send you back to the studio. Here's Dallin Cuff.